Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Normandie, the Normand series, Crusader Kings 3 series here on the Lord Master channel. In this 9th episode, we're about to be a turn of a century, as we're about to get into the 900s and enter to the early medieval era soon. And as I am still Hrolfr, or Rollo, as he's better known as, he's still in his 50s at 53. Excellent health. Yeah, still have some of the good things that keeps me healthy and all that. Although I would like to increase the bow, but to do that you should do more hunting, since it also, uses the bow. Or better yet, if you have a lot of money, hold an archery contest and compete in it. That would help you out if you want to, be doing that as of late. But right now, my priorities is promoting this legend, the 3 victories of Hrolfr, since I've mentioned, contests and tournaments and things like that. So I'm promoting it, but the problem with promoting that said legend is, its costs, and they're running at a bit of deficit here. So to mitigate this a bit, we tried the shovel sheet thing and it failed. So we ought to resort to raiding. And that's what we're gonna do now. And that's to go on a raid. Takes 23 days to assemble everybody. Even though I pressed this by accident, I was trying to select this village. Alright, look at that prestige that we have. Like, we have so much of that. I'm surprised you're not a legendary figure yet. Increase army loot capacity even more with slower raid speed. Have wood seat overland while raiding. That'll be an adventure. So our boats will be heavy with loot, and as we look to distant shores for loot and plunder, like the English channel. That's what we'll be doing soon, as we are going to be getting everybody together. But I would also like to switch a few things, since I got plenty of trinkets. One of which involves increasing raid speed. Let's see. Take this off, as there's no plague nearby. Werewolf's tooth. A large tooth claimed to be from a werewolf in Mercia. So slightly faster raid speed. Yeah, why not add that horn? Or not, so I was already using that. Okay, never mind. Could have sworn I thought we had another thing that increases raid speed. Oh, put on a heart handler, just to have a bit of renown gain. So the raid speed, yep, that negates it now. Well, let's assemble. Look at that potential loot. That's a lot. The storyteller. Legend spread chance increase plus 25%. May gain fame from travel and hike events in which you have access to the hike activity. Let's see. Set out on a solitary expedition to the hidden corners of the realm. This adventure provides a break from the pressures of courtly existence, giving an opportunity to rest amid age-old forests and gentle hills. Yes. Alright, you can't do that right now, as you are leading an army. What's under to consider? Hold Alt to display all holdings you can raid to loot. Okay. But remember, we ain't raiding Wessex because he's at a university in the Vatican. He's currently there. And look at the size of his force. Similar. Plus mercenaries. Only has Oscarls, but it's got a lot of knights. As you know that he is gallant. Okay, Canterbury was looted once. London seems attractive. Unless you want to go easy, just attack, raid Cornwall and the Welsh realms. And Ireland has been picking up strength lately. It seems the most valuable is over there at Casabah. Where else is of value? As I'm holding Alt. Yeah, I think Ireland would do if you want to play it safe. Back at our old neck of the woods. Which they won't take much. Okay. Just had to spit something out of my mouth and ready to go. Depends on the fort levels, of course. You may want to examine those. Okay, 4, 6. Okay, not Wessex itself. 3, 4, and plus smaller realm, easier target. The Irish holdings would be easy targets. Isle of Man. It's being raided. Play it safe. Start with the Welsh. Takes 5 months to get there. So this will be the raiding season. Let's move on. On our way. Brother's diary failed punishment. King Louis has been replaced by King Louis the Third. That explains the law changes. I'm sure they probably... Oh, they relaxed everything. Due to liege changes. So now, Italy's inherited a bit of that. Lotharingia took a part of that. What gives? Inherited, installed by faction demand. Of course, because he's craven and content, which means he's more likely to surrender the throne to somebody else. And that somebody else is King Louis, who is uncrowned as we speak. And so all the laws are normal. Get back to there. My liege dislikes me. Higher crown authority possesses a greater influence to inflict harm upon you. Well, let me compliment you. Just kiss him up a bit. Find a Brythonic language. I can learn one more. And since there is time for that. How about German language? Or maybe Italian, whichever is more convenient. Cisalpine. Italian Volga. Give it a try. Well, meanwhile, let the raid begin. "4 months! I mean, yeah, higher 4 level and everything, but still. Oh, friends are dying. This morning ushered with sweet harmonious air as birds flit about in search of a mate. They will soon be dead, and yet they live fully, composing words of love all the morning long. I've watched further as insects are ripped from the air, dismembered and devoured by the ravenous winged lovers. As a poet, my calling, my duty, to distill all beauty and horror into a few select words for others to muse on. All poetry speaks to our love or death. Death's all around us, but love we must seek out. It is my duty to pursue numerous engagements. How else can I hope to advance my craft? Gain a poetic life for the next 19 years. I mean, after all, I am a changed man. 1 second. I remember something. Regarding concubines. There is one noblewoman I have, and she's my prisoner. I don't give a damn about this husband of yours. She'll hate me for this, because I forced her to serve as a concubine. But there are other reasons that's taken a liking to me. Maybe perhaps I'm gallant, and I've taken a poetic life. Bravery. It's like, yes, force your concubine, you won't get over that in the next 20 years. And you've got an owl-like demeanor. And apparently she was there the entire time. She was with us the entire time. Well, son of a beeswax. Okay. You make me the marshal. Fine by me. That's my thing. No longer my guard armor. Oh, my old friends from my travels are dying off. Popular resist towards conversion. Well, of course, because I'm trying to convert these heathens. The little heathen remnant in our realm. Concubine falls pregnant. See, that didn't take too long. Because I got that touch. The magic touch. Almont, a war veteran with invaluable experience on the battlefield, has arrived at your court. Seeking an audience for you, this seasoned warrior wants to pledge unwavering loyalty to your noble cause. Hey, you're missing a leg and you're obese. But you're a seasoned warrior. Well, I don't think you're going to be worth hiring. I think you should be better off raiding churches, temple holdings, Move up. As I said, I think it's easier to do that with this. 4 months left also. An envoy bearing Princess Gwynfeld of the Herbuff's colors approaches, requesting immediate audience. From Princess Gwynfeld to Marquess Hrolfr of Normandy, the letter begins. Your raids on my territory create significant complications for us both. The message outlines consequences. First, we share the same faith, causing unrest among your supporters and questioning attacks on fellow believers. Second, continued raids force me to divert resources from mutual threats. Third, I have alliances that you may have not considered. I propose a simple arrangement. He concludes, cease your raids and I will not pursue action. Continue, I must respond with measures benefiting neither of us. Envoy carries a map with detailed maps of your territories and military positions. A subtle demonstration of it through preparation. I acknowledge the consequences of my actions. When you raid a co-religionist county, as in fellow Catholics, you'll lose piety and devotion. And I become stressed because I'm jealous. Well, I'm sorry. I'm doing this in the name of money, not in the name of God. Maybe raiding the Irish should be a better idea. Oh. Pending bestow favors scheme. Okay, so there you go. So that peasant's thing is up enough. That's good enough. We should not do any more changes regarding royal favor. It'll stay that way. So yeah, but I think you're better off raiding the insular Christians. Those. So I'm sure they will not have any issues. By they, I mean us, and higher authorities. Plus lowered fort levels, they'll do. Move up. We just only need valuable gold. Didn't want to raid Gwynedd. Because larger realm. Sizable military forces that would fight against us. Fair taxation, gain 10 gold. I'm here to relieve you, I hear one of my nearby guards says he takes his place. Another day, another coin. Everyone says he takes his leave. Their hard work is appreciated. Give me the piety. As I'm a zealous character these days, you should go for options that's more towards piety as it befits him. At least. It's an easier name to pronounce for me. This will take about 5 months! Incoming. They have the advantage. Crud. Knight's been wounded. Salova. What kind of name is that? Other than it's Norman sounding. They still have the advantage over us, but we still win here. Participating in public judgment, my fair and accurate decisions will receive reaffirming people's trust in my sense of justice. There were recent massacre over one of your rivals, so we manipulated events, led in awkward situations, and embarrassing mishaps caused hostility, seeks to diminish your soul standing in the eyes of the court. Strategic intelligence sharing with allies, cultivated trust, cooperation, showing a united front against potential threats. And now you know the languages of the world. but now it will be most wise to start swaying your liege. It's all the languages I can learn of. We got some people that we can ransom. Just give me a moment. Well, raid there. That's a bishopric. And then we'll get out of here. We don't want to stay for too long and weaken us. Oh, we actually captured the chief himself. Excellent. We could definitely get more gold out of this. And especially what little gold is there from that one. Yes, something tells me that we should try the other option next time for raids. Future efforts, forget adventure, just go for normal pillage, where you'll get your money. I think we were being too hyperbolic with the potential loot we may grab. I'll ransom them in a minute, when we return from the raids. Sweet smiles of little lies. Just like Coda Jones' age, my son and heir William sometimes lies and tests boundaries. However, he often avoids suspicion of his sweet demeanor. People always forgive him when he does get caught. Just wonder how much he gets away with. He's charming. But still sickly, but I think he might make it. My courtier, the blind, the sick blind man. Great made a court this morning, eager with the news on the tip of his tongue. My Marquess, I believe that your vassal Count Abelard is almost convinced of the veracity of the 3 victories of Overhaul. He's aware of the tale that seems entirely enraptured by it. He's unconvinced of the truth behind it. Perhaps he could be persuaded. You have 1 diplomacy skill, so he'll start promoting it right now. Just 1 more hill. Children have a chance to gain prowess in the traveler trade. Just get the gold and get out of here. Recently, I was approached by Count Hrolfr of VIET, who seemed to suggest the invitation to a curious party organized by himself and at the Russian preparation of several people, all willing to engage in all sorts of creative sexual intercourse. I can't vouch for this interpretation, as much as of the conversations just innuendo without a could have otherwise a more mundane meaning. Now he's waiting for us. Shall I attend this party? Not my type, really. Alright, let's return home. Yeah, we were being too ambitious for the raids, and forget the adventure thing. Even with cancelling out the raid speed, it's still considered too slow. And even with this, it's not enough. They improved my heart antler, gave me monthly prestige. Tiny bit. Alright, may you grow strong, William. He's no longer sickly. Pay ransom. 10 gold. You've got it. tonight I decided to see the beach at night out of curiosity. I went there with a couple of guards and some of my courtiers, making sure to have a few lanterns and torches at my side just in case it got too dark. Once I got there, I was rewarded with a wonderful sight. A lovely moon, dancing around the stars, reflected on the ocean waves. I'm glad that I came here. Stress loss for visiting a beach at night. The beaches of Normandy are a pleasant place to look at. Although unfortunately the beaches of Normandy these days are synonymous with, D-Day and Operation Overlord in World War II history. One second. Glittering temptation. The spoils of the raid laid before you in your chamber are staggering. Gold coins spilled from chests, jeweled goblets catch the torchlight, silks and tapestries lie in heaps, each worth a fortune. The raiders brought far more than expected. Run your fingers across through silver coins. Nothing fills your treasury like a successful raid. Sort of. We could have done more. The thought of sharing makes your chest tight. Was it not your strategic mind that made this all possible? The clergy have their tithes into soldiers of payment. This surplus should flow to you. Still, a voice of caution whispers. The soldiers talk, the priests preach. Perhaps strategic generosity might serve your interest. I start clutching at the jeweled necklace, already managing it among the treasures. As much as I would like to keep it to myself, but I'm zealous and just. So I'll say, the clergy shall receive half as an offering, for I am a zealous, pious man. No, this man. We continue. It's spread to a few other places, but there are a few legend promoters, but some outside of my realm already. A gravely diseased soul stands at the threshold of the court, seeking aid in face of debilitating ailment. They implore you to extend your benevolent hand. I don't know about you. I mean, he's gonna die anyhow. Notice a different color. Lost the ring yet. Alright. Norman culture's on their way to early medieval, which will be in 16 years' time. And within those 16 years we'll get mods and city planning soon. I guess the tension is lowered enough where, tell you what, Bishop, when you finish that in 5 months' time, we could stop the conversions. I think the Satru here locally are too small to be of any significance, where that will not be an issue. I have a feeling that the next time we should raid, we need to get more levies. But the legend continues to spread. Here's another ransom. Speaking of ransoming. Chief, give me everything you got. This is just to make up for paying half of it to the clergy. King Louis is no longer power sharing. He's a full-fledged king now. There we go. Some people say I have a kind of attitude that prevents me from properly enjoying life, and I should stop being so prudish. Am I really a killjoy? Maybe they have a point. Because the others have told him they're too uptight, this person decided to let loose a little. However, is this really what their true identity is like? Or are they just feeling pressured to be what they are not? I could take the hit at the expense of getting more general opinion, which would be rather nice to have. My courtier Balder greets me this morning, eager with news on the tip of his tongue. My Marquess, I believe that King Alfonso of Galicia is almost convinced of the veracity of the three victors over. He is aware that the tale seems to be entirely raptured by it, but is unconvinced of the truth behind it. You can be persuaded. We got him. Yes. Hear ye, hear ye. 24 baronies right now. It's still early though. I hear a commotion from my son William's chambers. Hastening inside, I see the wet nurse playing with William. My lord, perfect timing. William just took his first steps south 690. Holding my boy's hands, she tried to walk him around the room. What else can he do? Just to up his prowess a bit. And Jordan of Normandy. He's no longer sickly, but remember, he's a child of a concubine with a disputed heritage. It seems my diplomatic overtures towards King Louis III has caused major misunderstanding. I received a letter that makes it clear that he thinks I've been pursuing a difficult entirely. I'm your liege, for God's sake. I do not need to read on to get to the point. This is all a big misunderstanding. Crud. About to be fully reinforced soon. Yes, turn to your other duties. Oh, you actually converted the statue, all of them, out of here. Although, they'll be upset about it for 3 more years. But we can handle it. We could throw in a little bit of money in here. Farms and fields take too long. It's 21 months. 14 months. A trade port will do, because we need that. And what for? So you could get an additional source of income from a place at sea, you know. Especially when you have more trade ports in your realm, then it increases the chances of getting better gold yearly. As I said, another source of income. We can go to raid again. Heart Antler gains monthly lifestyle experience just a tiny bit. Keep it up, best friend. Although, he's in poor health. I mean, nobody can last forever, you know. Not even I, as I'm in good health now. Not excellent. Just good now. But at least my future is secure. That I'm happy. I would like to get this perk, Long Hike, where it can last longer. Because if I do see a melancholic character, I'll be more than willing to say, hey, come over and let's have that hike and all that. Okay, for future reference, slightly faster raid speed. Any amount of gold is just fine that we can get. Oh. And he was gallant and she was beautiful. And he was a hero and she was beautiful. It doesn't take long to discover where the music comes from. As soon as I soon find Ben Maiden, a nun, playfully tuning her instrument, leaning on a stone bench. Ah, my lord, the noise being brought to me. Isn't it true that the reason that your legend was to impress Kraka? I have a soulmate, so I'll say, how dare you, I am married. Change the chapter, this is for my soulmate. Hey, get this built faster. I recently became aware that a new idea has been formed sometime among my vassals as a result of conversations between them that could pose significant challenges to my rule. As things stand, they want to form the so-called vassal chamber to discuss matters of interest to them and negotiate together with me. This, of course, is encroachment on my authority and will lead to the curbing of my actions and further degradation of my uncontested rule. Given the high expectations I created, there's no golden lining in the options I face. A vassal chamber, which will, forbid it, which all the direct vassals will become outraged. Yeah. Or we could try to negotiate it, where I could lessen that. I do have high diplomacy. Give it a try. Negotiate the structure of a new political body. Failure. Crud. So, lowered skills for all. Especially my intrigue. And of course this affects the income. Which again, we're going to resort more to raiding to keep financing this legend of mine. Which is spread to 34 baronies. You need 100. It's hard keeping all these languages in my head. I keep forgetting which language I'm speaking. Just the other day I accidentally introduced myself using a confusing mixture of Anglican and Norse words. Did not even realize I'd done so. That pointed out to me. Perhaps I should let it slip out of my mind. No, I must work harder and study more. Good. Recently looted just expired. Okay, good. I think we can have another trade for it. Just for the development growth and everything. And soon we'll switch focus to raiding soon. As we soon gonna have enough levies to fill it up. Can't let that. Try persuading him. He's unconvinced. Like we're practically filled. Small harbor constructed. Excellent. With my leave, my son William and his witness prayed in my chamber. The other son poses like herald proclaims, "My lord, are you witness a monumental occasion? William has a mighty gift to offer you." Another son forward. Go ahead, William, tell him. "Father, I lost a tooth." My son proudly presents his toothless smile, handed me a pouch with a fallen tooth inside. Lovely, but keep your tooth as a good charm. You're the heir to the realm, dang nabbit. 1 second. There you go. Just one more way. which we'll get in no time. Insignificant trade power. With insignificant trade power, your economic influence is minimal, hindering prosperity and limiting your role in regional commerce. You only gain 3 gold. Phew. This is why we gotta have more. I'm in the middle of a lesson. My fellow vassal Judith, the stifled grin from her, gives me cause to suspect she isn't paying any attention to a word I say. Every so often, she just repeats something I've said in a strange voice. What is it you're doing? What is it you're doing? The brat bursts out. Sorry, your accent is just so funny. Let's teach her rudimentary Norse. You're unable to teach her Norse. Okay. Just checking something here. Ah, crud. Ah, here it is. Again, I'm just looking up something that is not related to the game. It's the reason why I'm not doing anything, because of the, don't spend too much and we'll resort to raiding soon again. Because the next raiding season will begin in January. And remember, it takes 23 some odd days to assemble the raiding party, so. This time, pillage, not venture. Makes it faster raiding speed. Get ready, everybody. What's Wessex doing? Not at war. So we won't be raiding that. We won't carry that much loot, and doesn't need to. Hold alt. Try Desmond. A traveling pilgrim passed by and claimed to be blessed by God. He asked for alms, in particular bread and water. I saw no issue with that. Went and asked my servants to provide him some. After he thanked me, he dipped the bread in water so to soften and eat it. And as he was about to drink the water, he proclaimed, "It has turned into wine, a miracle. I'm blessed by God." One of my servants sipped it and confronted somehow it turned into alcohol. The man requested for more alms, and for lodging in my manor, and my servants were eager to have someone blessed by God stay with us. However, an elderly servant scowled at the man, calling him a fraud, and shooing him out angrily. Due to my eye intrigue, I say, "Wait, why'd you do that?" My elderly servant shook his head as he explained to everyone, "This is an old trick used by charlatans to convince people that they are holy. It's childishly simple, you see. He probably dipped some bread in wine which had lost its color. He then left it to dry, and had broken it into little pieces, then just dropped small scraps of this bread into water, undetected, and the flavored wine diffuses into the rest of the drink. Then it tastes like wine. I've seen many con men do this, and to convince fools that they are holy, so that such fools will give things to the supposed miracle worker. Amazing. To think we're almost duped by them. Learning about frauds for 7 years. For historical context. The following trick was mentioned in a 14th century medieval book on magic tricks called the Secretum Philosophorum, which was written by an anonymous author. According to the text, this was not an uncommon con used to dupe the gullible. This experiment is used by common who wander about like pilgrims throughout the whole world. And by this experiment, many are convinced that God turns their water into wine. Oh. Okay. The Spice Trader. The latest gossip around town has reached my ears. A famous peddler of spices arrived in the area. Not only does he sell spices individually, but also creates unique blends of these spices. This one in particular, known as the 5-Spice Blend, which is said to be peerless among the spice blends of the world. Though it may be more expensive than usual spices, perhaps I should consider this blend for my cooks to use before the peddler leaves town. I'll consider this carefully. So, popular opinion a bit here. A renowned traveling spice trader has set up shop temporarily not too far from where this character lives. The merchant is famous for the so-called 5-Spice Blend, which is said to make any food, even the simplest of gruel, taste delicious beyond compare. So, you can take the interaction to visit the famous spice merchant, and the interaction to present the gift of this special spice blend to anyone. So as long as it's here, I'll consider this when we get money from the raids. Although I still have to give it to the clergy rather than to myself, because you know how I am. I'm all for, all these sorts of things. As I'm looking something over quick. It makes me feel so alive. Each day I feel the crave for the battle to flow in my veins. Let all cravings fill me as we raid again. 1 second. Damn it. Proc gave my chancellor after me his full effort and exertion to prove my standing among my peers and populace in my domain. In exchange for the furthering of his own personal agenda with the council, I stand facing a dilemma I must solve. If I agree on the pack of my chancellor, I will alienate the other councillors and risk their wrath. I can handle that. I'll agree to follow my chancellor's agenda. Every held county's got propaganda, increased control growth, and popular opinion. Gets a weak hook on me, whatever he the hell is going to do with that. But it gives me renown, which is just as good. Oh, 1 second. I'm trying to do something here on my end. I'm not reading the text until I'm good and ready. Okay. Pause of assassinations. They've raised their army, and we'll soon deal with them. Even if they have the advantage, we'll still beat them. Got them all. Blood for blood. The battlefield echoes the cries of the wounded as you survey the crunch. Victory is ours, Marquess. The Marshal Jacques declares proudly. Chieftain Courtiers of Desmond has fled with his guard, but the hundreds of their warriors were scattered and in disarray. I recall the burning villages and the suffering of people. These raiders show no mercy. They run like cowards, one of your commanders spits. Give the order and we shall ride them down before sunset. Soldiers wait eagerly, bloody weapons in hands, for your command on how to deal with the fleeing raiders. How are the answers to the wounds inflicted upon your realm? We didn't fight raiders. Capture them alive, they will serve in chains. Do anything to get loot and money off of them. As my position requires, deeply involving myself in the politics of the realm, I exchange arguments, present ideas, defend my viewpoints, and politically backstab other council's arguments. With time, I slowly mastered the art of political maneuver to reach my objectives. I've thus increased my political effectiveness in all spheres of knowledge. Remarkable. By consequence of being a titled character or to have a seat on Mage's Council, he had a chance to grasp the political angle of every decision being made about the realm. After years 20, you know that you're up to the task. I'm a cunning politician. Marquess Hrolfr of Normandy has delved deeply in the intricacies of politics and gained every relevant experience in the process. +1 for all skills. Ill. It tends to happen when I'm like, oh yes, I'm doing well today, and then, got sick. That happens a lot with me. Insignificant trade power of 3 gold. That'll change soon when we get another trade port, as well as upgrade versions of it. The settlement of Trali, an important stronghold in the Greater Desmond, has fallen to my raiders. We've run the vast tracts of land, and many of the quivering subjects and shining treasures from the chieftain to choose from. Troops stand ready, awaiting my command to give them direction. Bring me bounteous plunder. Add 30 more loot here. Excellent. Fortunately, this is a large realm that we cannot be bothered with. We need a weaker target. Fog forts. Atlantic Petty Queen. The Earl of Dunbar. That's just peanuts. I think we could go deal with that Earl. He's a Norse last remnant of the Norse in England. Hundred casualties. You know, sail around and then land there. Unless you want to go, actually, no. Found a juicier one here. Once you're on the island, there's no room for them to attack you. I guess it counts towards the insular. We're doing this because of the legend that we're financing. That we're investing. I didn't know you were meeting peers. Is traveling. Guess you invited them. All the way down there. As they're passed through Bordeaux now. I know where Bordeaux is. It had a valuable loot, but I guess during wintertime that's lowered, or they did something that's rather incompetent on their end. And hopefully we could take possible prisoners living there. And we'll be sure to raid that island too. The loot's getting lower and lower due to the barony tensions, and among other things. Not what I had hoped. We'll raid this island. The loot was a lot higher, but now it's lowered again. What are they doing up there? Pay ransom. 50 gold! You got it, man. Oh, the great physician. I'll never forget this day. Gain the melancholic trait. There's a way to get rid of it, which I'll do that soon once I return from the raids. You've been around for a while. You got potential. See if you can be a good physician. And the Antiquarian? Well, it's gonna be you too. You can just improve my artifacts. We're coming over. Home away from home. Alright, now we can have a hike activity to be longer. And increase stress loss when you're traveling. Tutoring trip. We're going to need that for my heir. You have returned. Now I must educate you again. Although I'm a little bit melancholic, but don't worry, I have a way to get rid of it. And it's not normal that a man like me can be sad, because I lost my best friend, my best Sami man that I've ever met. We had our issues in the past, and we reconciled and became my best friend, and now he's gone, and I'm very sad about it. Ugh. What a man he was. I've been appointed Master of the Hunt. Interesting. This famous spice trader who's been staying in my residence decided to leave for elsewhere to sell spice. Where he's headed off to, no one knows for sure. Where he's going, no certainly appreciate spices. I didn't get a chance to buy some of that. But the money is going to be spent on hiking. That's good enough. 3. Don't want to be raiding Scandinavia just yet. Just return to there. King Louis of Frisia. Oh, I didn't know you formed a kingdom. That's Louis the Stammerer. Hey. Just promote my legend. Let me read something as we wait for them to return. Gottfried. That's a name. Remember to share half of the loot to the clergy. And here's your loot, but give it to the clergy. You lose 78. Now time to go on a hike. Or wait until spring. I wouldn't want to do it in the winter. Wait till successful penance. Alright, let's stop recording on February the 14th, which is the date of this recording that was made. Hike. Set out a solitary expedition to the hidden corners of the realm. This adventure proves a bleak break. I thought this is bleak break from the pressures of courtly existence, giving an opportunity to rest amid age-old forests and gentle hills. We could do the forest right here, or we can do a forest over there. I mean, no holdings is fine, but it's better to do it at the hills. Let's go to the hills of Mortain at the end of that right there. Yes, I'm going to do something stupid. I know he's my rival because we've been rivals because he grossly dismissed my superstitions about crossing ant paths. And he took it personally. But quite honestly, I find that silly. Let me sway you, and let me compliment you. We're going to go on a long hike together. Activity will be longer and gives more opportunities. That'll be 85 gold. See to if you can befriend. Seek opportunities to gain an opinion with your child of command. You should remember to bring someone. Minus 80 now, so he could be manageable. Let's move out. Finally, the open road lies before me. Soon I shall set foot into the rolling hills of beautiful Mortain. Oh, how I long for its leafy bushes and sweet smelling foxgloves, to see robins flying through the open sky above me. I must already. Can't wait. It is known that the people of Harcourt seem to profess their special devotion toward their knights and their legends. My lord, a knight, says bowing his head. It is most fortunate that you and I came to meet this crossroads. I'm searching a marvelous fountain which water is said to cure all illnesses. If you are to help me in my quest, I shall pay homage to you. Wait, my lord, I know this knight. It's Gerbert. Biggest series during our court. It's been snowing for the past few days and the cold is unbearable. I look around to see that my entourage is struggling with it as well, so I decide to travel on foot alongside with them. After I walk through the snowstorm for another hour, he pulls me aside, shaking my hips. Please, my liege, I can't not feel my finger anymore. He tries to make it fit, the pain's too strong. It's turned all shades of blue and black. Read about a treatment in manuscript once. Fails. Severe frostbite. Oh, I'm sorry, good sir. In the corner of our camp near Lulu, a shrieking uproar breaks the calm. My knight Gerbert confronts my caravan master, Cracker, accusing me, holding a treasure. You thief! This was my mother's! Gerbert exclaims, eyes blazing anger. Cracker vehemently denies him. You lying ogre! It's always belonged to me! We don't really have time for this. Come on! We got some hiking to do. I'm ill. As always. My retinue and I have finally arrived in Mortain, and just for a moment I'm thinking about a view. I can see the small hill peaks, one after another, each one of them a small goal to be conquered in the next few days. At last I can leave those past struggles behind me, and to focus on finding a moment to unwind, a chance to set everything aside and truly relax. What a view. Wait a minute. He's not here. He didn't come with me. As we traveled through the hinterlands of Mortain, my guards and I suddenly come across a man dressed in dirty robes sitting by himself. See no sociological schemes. Are you the latest trial sent by God? Excuse me, I managed to say, confused, but a bit insulted. Come, I will tell you about the trials and limitations of Nigel the Wise. What? What did you say about God? Unacceptable, you heretic! I can't believe you didn't come. After a long day of walking through the valleys around Mortain, I suddenly found a quiet pond in the middle of the wilderness, besides some quiet birds drinking by the water. Not a single man or beast to be seen. We sit down by the waters, the rest of the here. Oh, he's here. Oh, because I thought they would include the guest list, but otherwise I would have seen him there. But he says located here. He's not in Mortain. When I left, I heard a chanty to echo across the water. Some rest. We continue up the slope, slowly, one at a time. It's been a long day. I could feel my thighs burning, only trying to focus on putting one foot in the other at this point. Where one of the guards helps me in the last couple of steps. We suddenly find ourselves on a ledge. I could see the valley stretching out before us. Below us. Our tapestry of green and brown. Cleve missed how far we come to exhaust the stranger, but now it's all over. What a sight for sore eyes and legs. See opinion increase with him. He can be redeemable. There's a village here? I find myself saying, deeply confused. It's not been in any map, and not a single person mentioned anything about it. Yet, when I ask around what the village is called, people simply say, the village? It's the village. What kind of thick accent? Some kind of thick accent I've never heard of before. Who are these people? Why have I never heard about them before? Right. Don't they actually owe me a lot of taxes? Just to keep it going. As the weather gradually worsens, I suddenly spot something emerging from the undergrowth ahead. A surprisingly large bison stops by just a few steps in front of me. Its gaze meaning might have noticed my presence. It lasts only a moment before the animal abruptly bounds back into the wilderness. By my side, I hear him and let out a sigh of relief. Hunting bison in a county, if you can afford it. With a group of traders, just to keep it going. With one last step, I finally leave the valleys around Mortain. I look back one last time, reminiscing about the journey through the hills. I feel like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders. The hard colony has been in a while, a bit further out of this place. It's time to head home. Good. Still feeling melancholic though, but hiking is one way to get rid of melancholy. I guess it's not guaranteed any time, but I'm still in good health. I'll be sure to bring my wife next time. Alright. The sun. Eustace. Power vessels are gathered. Try to persuade a count. And we got him. Hopefully it'll return to go to my favor. Board game contest. At least it doesn't involve combat, as my prowess is getting bad, but I'll try to take part in that. It's a stone's throw away there. Board game, huh? Go, Incubator, go faster. Seen this thing before. Takes a lot of preparation to do this. Board game involves wit. I'm fine with it cutting a piece of cloth, a couple of tables with disposal and to display his work, stockings, head coverings, hoods and sleeves, opposite a hearth lightly burns. Anything in particular, Lord is seeking, he runs ahead through his hair. A collection next up is truly more than impressive of what I expected. Some banners encourage the audience to cheer for me. Just one more hill for you. Disgusting. Improved my equipment. I'm a Norse male, even though we're doing a board game here. You just returned. Oh. Let's read them. A small crowd has gathered around a partially ornate Courtiers. Seem to be listening intently. True success springs from an undistracted mind, he falls asleep. Suppress memories of which distract you and use your opponent's weakness against them. Let me tell the tale of my mother, Resenda, was executed on Count Hrolfr the Harry of Paul's order. This will help me in the upcoming contest of the board game. I'll keep that well in mind. The contestants take their places at the gaming tables, fluffing their cushions and requesting refreshments as Errol announces the contest commencement. The games themselves are right on the chess tables, polished in the mirror machine. The board game qualifiers come then. Skill will be put forward to the quarterfinals of the stands. Varied pitches and volumes as the crowds cheers if noticed to crush his favorite. For my first bout, I paired against my vassal, Renault Evru. I would like to place a bet. Marquess Hrolfr is the board game fair. 4-1 for Marquess Hrolfr. You got it. This is no way to win. No sabotage, because I'm just. The table flips with an almighty thwack, sending the chess pieces flying. Ronald's move turned suddenly several moves ago. As we had a simple mistake at all the side of the game, I fear. Yes, yes, you win, Marquess Hrolfr. Is happy? You're deceitful, though. I am not falling for it. You know, you could have just conceded. Knock him out. Board games are quarterfinals order. Now groups Marquess Hrolfr of Normandie, Count Garment of Enrichment, Count Courtiers of Mille, and Jean reached the semifinals. I could do this. The silence is deafening. The Count contemplates his next move, what seems neon. Eyes glaze intently at the chessboard beneath the knitted brows. Clearly this man wants to win. Once the idea distracted him pops his head, it's hard to dispel. How did that Minstrels 2 go again? It takes no mind. The soft click of moving pieces disturbs the calm. We're into the end game now. The game hangs as a bounce. I'm pondering what has already happened, such as when I attempted to throw my opponent off their game through mind games. I'm winning by some margin, where I could press this advantage hard. Victory is surely on the horizon. Maybe I could draw my knowledge from warfare. Nope, you lost. Great job, you idiot. I can't allow but help my vestige crack a moment smiles and the phone falls perfectly to traffic at light. If he was there, press the opening in the bench. Moments there, I realized the danger of my position. He's baited me from the start. Seems everyone I make is a compromise, losing inch by inch spirit play. All too soon, my position becomes untenable. The judge called in. I've lost. Culture engine decided. Culture. side of the game was a set of well-played moves. Used to the finals now. It's between the two now. Godsa is the winner. Dang nabbit. I guess you got tabletop player. A find favor. Antiquarian. Even though you are a nun, even though you don't dress like one right now. Start a romance scheme against me. I walk through the gardens of some lords of the corridor and notice my personal physician Ben Mead. Approaching, I step aside to let her pass, but to my great surprise she blocks my path and kneels before me. While time to properly process this turn of events, she begins to sing. I quickly recognize the tune. It is a famous Norman love ballad. I've heard it performed countless times, but never with such skill and passion. The intense emotion song are mirrored in her gaze, which set on me. She does not look away for a single heartbeat. You flatter me, my lady. But she's gonna be mad at me because she betrayed our promise. Hey, I'm not the one romancing. She is. Calm yourself. Unable to win? What did you win? Prize ring. Whoop-de-doo. I improved my Norse mail again. Alright, I'm back. Okay, what are the realm laws here? Clergy independence? Good. Yep. Ah, damn it, buildings are expensive that they took too long to build. And urban planning? Buildings are still cheaper all the way. Hey, there's that. But I wish it was unregulated or even permitted, so it could be made cheaper. But that will take too long. Monthly lifestyle experience, I like that. That I don't like. Moral standard, this way? Yeah, I like that. Oh, really? Conditional autonomy for women's rights. Let me read this for you people. Women are granted some autonomy, such as the ability to own and inherit property in specific circumstances, and engage in trade independently. The law protects women from violence and abuse, while men still hold authority in the family. Women are free to conduct certain affairs without male oversight. They may appear in public unaccompanied in certain areas for specific purposes, such as business or religious activities, though they remain subject to the expectations of male guardianship in broader social contexts. So, opinion of male rulers go down a bit. Female rulers are looked a little bit highly now. And some culture fascination progress goes, that's even better for us. I like it with culture fascination. Spots vestiaries are back again. Road patrols again. Average surveillance. Very well. Another board game tournament. That one's too far away. I want to go on a hunt. My legitimacy is still getting better, but it's still going down monthly. Especially that there's been a bison sighting. Agatan. We're gonna hunt there. I know that place based on the history I know of from the Second World War. Don't really care about prestige at the moment. But I want to prove myself to see if I still got it. Wait, who's coming? Include your rival. Ah, the king will be coming. We do want everybody. But some may or may not be there. So, everyone's invited. Let's go hunt some bison up here. And now we await. Say what? Bernard's flew in Saint-Quentin. Oh, I know Saint-Quentin, that's near here. I pause, I write, pause, and write. The words are as mischief, must be chosen carefully. Any loose phrases or messages from my vassal or note will not be looked kindly upon. But a support for the three victors will be a boon if I get it right. Now let's see, what is exactly you would approve of? He's a ambitious blackguard. He's not, well, ambitious driven, but he's also lazy. Keep that one in mind. He's a driven person, I think. He's pleased, and he'll promote it forthwith. Plagues, plagues, plagues. Oh, it just started. Consumption. That's no good to nobody. Know your land, know your people. Go for that because of tutoring trip. Heir be brought along your entourage. I'll be doing that often. Walter assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp near the slopes, in the slopes near Agaton. My men have been gathering sightings of a bison that roam the local area. My many gamekeepers and flushes been pouring over the air for tracks and fumes. I heard a bison is near at hand. A mighty bull amongst them. This is a big one. Let's get out there. Just to see if I still got it as a hunter. Wounded guest. Oh, the king was here, but he decided to take him out of it. My friend Lorcan is crouched down on the ground, humming cheerfully, picking rises. Ravnoff, my fellow vassal, peers over his shoulder. Marquess, what a bounty in nature. Look at these plants. The wealth of the earth knows no bounds. Cannot appreciate it. Normally would go for that option, but then me, they could do with these herbs. You wouldn't mind staying, would you? Hey, Lorcan? Good enough. The Orthodox clergy have returned after they overthrew those iconoclastic bastards over there. My vassal, Count Hilgard, is the first spot to hurt. Carefully putting the party in position, we descend upon the bellowing beast, separating a worthy bull from a panic group. We gather a low bison of fleeting herd. Now begins the real chase. We ride. The force is true to the man to the boar. As the bison flees the panic from the foraging peasants, feel my patience working. Sure, you must have some things to do then in Agaton today in the picking shrooms and mushrooms. These are their ancient rights, I suppose. Still good enough. Damn, we lost it. Somehow. Empty-handed. But my legitimacy goes up. That matters more. I think it's high time for raiding. Got starting to creep up on it. 84 baronies now. What's this other legend? Sons of Rurik. Do you know a legend about Jarl Rurik of Novgorod? Okay. Hasn't spread. And it did spread in parts of France, including Paris. But it'll continue with time. But we're ready to raid. Too bad we don't have someone who's a reaver. Is Wexus at war? No. Sterile. It's spreading. Where to? Hold out. I think it's a good idea to Kingdom of Finland. Great Blizzard. Finland's a kingdom, but ran by Karelians. And Katala. Okay, they've been growing on their own. High Chiefdom. You gotta be careful when you're raiding tribal places. Realms are getting more and more centralized. How about down there? Oh, perfect targets, even though this is going to be a long venture, but raiding the more vulnerable islands will do. I mean, of course, there's always Venice, with the great riches it has. Oh, really? Ogoresa. That's a first. Let's venture out here. Very long way to go. Will we take casualties on the way during our long travels? Yes, we will. You don't do this. Actually, what about the Canaries? We could try the Canaries instead. That's against pagans. It's part of their realm. Similar to ours. Although I don't think they'll be trifled with. Is Al-Andalus in war? Yes. Independence war. Oh good, they're occupied. That place has been raided. Cordoba's been raided. Damn it. Okay, raid the islands then. The vulnerable areas. Oh, I'm happy that my rival died, but I was trying to reconcile with him. But now I'll never get that reconciliation. Enter seclusion, isolate capital. It's in my realm now. Consumption ain't nothing to mess with. Take precautions. That's right, you be the tutor. You could stop at that and just try to teach the court, the children at court. And do that as well. I think we should consider the shovel she again. But you can't do that until... Must not be Commander 9. Okay. I get you. After the raid. We'll try to raid Wessex, maybe. You may want to take considerations. Is your award. Insignificant trade power. At last, the corruption of the lower ranks has been cleansed. The sycophants and incompetent fools have been removed, and in their place stand men and women of true merit. No longer is the bureaucracy choked by nepotism and favoritism. Now we're led by those who earn their positions through skill and service. It brings me great satisfaction to see the realm's governance restored to what it should be. Fair, efficient, driven by competence. This is what a well-run realm looks like. I'm proud to say a realm has integrity at its core. Next to realm bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is expanding to meet the needs of the expanding bureaucracy. Okay, right. That took a while playing with the bow. And to my surprise, he ran into a wounded doe. On the boat? He did not hesitate the slightest to bring it down. Greatness awaits you, William. I believe in you. Hopefully you'll be just as good as I was. Garcia is at war, okay. That 4 level's gotta be high. No, it's low. Garrison says, change course. We're raiding Garcia. Because their conflict's been going on for more than a year. Oh, that raid, yeah. There's big loot. Three months. Fair enough. This is love I could scarce remember what my life is like before she declared it out to me. I'm flattered, but also overwhelmed by her attempts. If I was so longing for some peace and quiet, yet I cannot help but worry. Would I be throwing away my own prospect of true love? This cannot be right, can it? She deserves a kiss, at least for her devotion. Where am I? What's going on? Here to darkness, eyes adjusting. God, there's someone in my bedroom window. I scream out of the bed and run to the door. The intruder's faster. She grabs my arm, tugs, and I fall. Before I can scream, my hand is covering my mouth. Listen closely, Marquess. You do as I say, and no one will get, and her words turn to a gurgle dagger plunged deep into her neck. Hrolfr, are you alright? Oh, recognize that voice in her. My Sirius none other than Benmida. We share one kiss, sweet like honey. You are a warrior nun. Look at you. That's what you are. An Irish warrior nun. Yes, I'm referencing that excellent TV series that I actually watched back in 2022. It's the only other place that's lootable there. I'm visiting a village in my realm on some business. Before I leave, I stop an herbalist shop on a whim and look around. The herbalist, an older woman with a stern face, looks annoyed at me for mindlessly loitering, but says nothing. As I look through a stock of herbs, I never realized there were so many different kinds of herbs, plants, minerals, and so on that one could use to make potions and poisons. Even for someone like myself who has knowledge of the arts of herbalism, there are so many planets, minerals, and substances around this world. Some might even find some unexpected things from time to time. I just want to browse some fun. Don't want to spend my money on buying these herbs. $91, we're almost there to upgrade it. We just got to save our money for this. Oh my god. Died of pneumonia. Oh, she was the quick one. It bore me legitimate children. 75% chance it changes the chapter though, because my soulmate died. Who can I marry now? And yeah, there's plenty of women out there, but I'm looking for those who are merit some of those skills. A genius wants to go to Arabia. Just this once. This is gonna hurt my legitimacy for this. Definitely. I'm marrying a commoner. But she's got inspiration. She wants to go out, and I'm willing to finance that. You married a lowborn, you fool! Yeah, I'm sorry. My legitimacy is shot. She wants to go to Arabia? I'll let her have it. Okay, we got the loot and we captured only a courtier. Whose parents aren't anybody notable. Okay, raid that. They're winning a war. But don't overstay your welcome. No fancy dreams. You're gonna need a lot of gold for this. Just 200. I want you to upgrade it, and then that's it. Press no further because it's starting to become a concern now. Time has come for you to depart on my adventure, my Marquess. My wife, Marquess Uraka, bows as well as she can while weighed down by heavy bags. Before I leave, please tell me, is there anything specific you want me to keep an eye peeled for my journey? I want to possess something truly unique, since you have a legendary reputation. So go get it! In fact, we may have to resort to cutting down costs. Stop this. Command Legend Abroad, we may have to put a stop to that too, once this is done. Plague did not spread to here. Which is good. You are trying to slowly cut down costs. We'll raid there too, as well. Barony of Santiago would take a little bit longer, but go for this. Just go for this one more city, then get out. Of course I'm ill. Battle of Pharaoh. Another heroic legend for something I did not do. It was only a raid. I don't recall fighting any battle. Shrewd. King Louis the Fourth. Oh boy. Of course Leech dislikes me. Intimate reckoning. Yeah, it's about that time. Oh yes, it's so coveted to have deep faith and allowed to explain everything under its own light. However, my fear over my life in the slightest blinded me more than actually enlightened in my way in most circumstances, while being more skeptic and rational when I approach day-to-day situations. Analyzing my whole life in this new angle, I feel an anguish, burning deep inside myself. Who am I? What do I want to be? Lose the trait zealous and become what? Cynical? Yes, I was zealous for the time being, but now it's starting to think that raiding fellow Christians is just inexcusable at this point. I was like, change of priorities might be in order. Now I gained the impatient trait. Loses my learning, more prestige, Leech doesn't like me more. Faster army movement speed, and faster travel. There's that. But I'm still just and brave. Now please return home. This cannot wait. $100. We're gonna get all the money, but for once I'm gonna keep it. Don't give it to the clergy. We just got to do it because, you know, for all that. Because I want to stop promoting this legend right now. It's beginning to cost me. Never spread it in England, no. Just mainly parts of... Thank you. My son Jordan finished the lesson held by ends with on the management of treasury and the coin therein. Jordan seems to have taken the lesson to heart with a reinforced sense of justice. He's constantly talking about how everyone from the highest Marquess to a low, stable boy plays their part in the economy in their own. Long sense of justice will serve you well in life. You say? Perhaps you should start considering, as much as I'd like to have farms and fields, but getting more levies to increase the rate of... Shit! Lost 17 gold due to the damn piracy. Because of my base trade power is rather weak. For once, I'll say no to that. For a simple reason. Think about going more towards wealth focus. Just need more money. For the prosperity for all. Open the Chronicle. Increase the quality. Gain access to launch and legendary adventure decision. Allow it to abandon the realm and start a new life in the distant kingdom. Which one would I want to do that? Gain access to commission legend decision. Legitimacy up. Let's do it. Oh my god. Just complete it right now. I don't want to do this anymore. It's gonna be of the illustrious quality, and that's it, okay? So, this is how it's written. 3 victories of Hrolfr. The legend of Marquess Hrolfr of Normandy is as great as large as the world. His deeds are unparalleled. When Hrolfr's spouts came down one morning with alarming rumors, he made haste and promised to honor their everlasting love. Minds and voices clashed in equal measure to blades in the great show of martial arts, but no mind was clever, nor blade as sharp as Marquess Hrolfr of Normandy's. One after another, contests lined up to only be brought by the whipping by the untouchable Hrolfr. None could keep from remembering the glory of Marquess Hrolfr in Normandy's first tournament, but a single victory was not enough for him. The other contestants surrounded him in a storm of blades. He remained unshaken. He emerged victorious to the crowd, screaming his name. But Marquess Hrolfr returned home. His heart felt like a little dove, about to leave his chest, filled with emotion. He could not wait to be reunited with his true love. A terrible shriek. Sorrow filled the castle halls, for the pale lips of his spouse were lacking of all life. In signs of solitude, memories of a love that inflamed his heart filled him with a terrible pain. What worth had his legend? He had no one to share it with. As so is written. Go ahead. Just have that legitimacy up. Here is the end of the book of the Marquess Hrolfr and his noble deeds that were unmatched in the whole land. And here is the end of the 3 victories of Hrolfr. Mind and voices clashed in equal measure in the blades' great shoulder martial arts, but no man is ever clever, nor blade as sharp as Marquess Hrolfr of Normandy's. One after another, contestants lined up to be bought by the weeping of the untouchable Hrolfr. And here was written, the 23rd of December, 908 AD. Let it be told. You can launch a legendary adventure. You can clear ground for a legendary building, legendary statue, or legendary hunting lodge. What are the difference? Image of a legendary was now made more of stone. So, popular opinion, renown up, but legendary hunting lodge, which I've done a lot of hunting in my day, became famous for strange and legendary wildlife. So a vast hunting lodge has been built here to provide comfort to hunters seeking to make their names immortal. Significantly more likely to generate legendary animal sightings. Holding tax is up. Hunter trade experience. I mean, I was a great hunter back up in Scandinavia, so he has a hunting heritage, so how much? Choose a held barony. Must be the capital of its county and not be leased, and not already have a special building slot. Well, there's a problem with that. This does. And the only logical place is Lulu. But, you know, the problem with that is, you know, it's gonna be held by, you know, one of my sons, or my many sons. Because I'm not gonna know he goes to it and gets the capital, well, yet or whatever. That. But nevertheless, perhaps one day we could get it back. Oh, just do it. Build a legendary hunting lodge in Lulu. Clear the grounds. And the grounds are clear, but it needs to be built first. Remember that for future reference. But that launched legendary adventure. So why on earth would I do that? This isn't the Norman conquest, that's premature. Hey, there's Norman conquest over there. All that. Commission legend artifact. You need 600 gold for this. I mean, there are ways to get money easily. You borrow gold for a loan, or confiscate religious land, which is frowned upon big time. Especially for a just character like me. But now we could start making a fortune again, especially if I put on wealth focus. Raiding isn't as... it can be lucrative, but it's very, very tedious. Legendary. Achievement unlocked. You completed a legend. I would like to build farms and fields here, so it's very economically intensive. Plus cheaper feasts, and I like holding feasts. But we'll see what my wife brings. Acculturation is going our way big time. Be allied to a non-Norman ruler of Frankish heritage. I could take a legitimacy hit because money needs to. Reinforcing has stopped. Gain vassal limit for the Hardhander. You really like this, Hardhander, do you? Challenge to prove not a quality increase of aptitude. Common artifacts can be proved once, master works twice, and so on. I see. Yeah, we're not doing that legend stuff again, but one thing I failed to show you is the effects of a heroic legend, like that one. Multi-prestige, Hall of Fame. Can others get that? Popular opinion goes up here. My lord, my wife, Marquess Hrolfr, announced her arrival, surprising loud voice. She proudly holds up package, secure after golf. I returned from Arabia with an artifact for my journey. I take the bulky button on my hands and loose the cords from peeling layer fabric. Inside is the artifact unlock any day received. Known as the Al-Yatima, the orphan. This enormous pearl is said to be unlike any other parts of the world. An orphan among the families of gems and pearls. It's a core artifact. No deterioration of condition. Very nice. One of a kind. Patronage. Fund and inspire characters project. Receive the end result. Obtain a mythical rarity artifact from adventure inspiration. I got 2 achievements, so 3 achievements in this episode. Well done. Ah, yes, William. As I patiently wait the fetching my clothes, the servant says, my lord, no one can find your garments. I'm surrounded by combatants, but I storm from my chamber. It is my son William's room. I discovered not only my rags, but also the boy's wetness. I had no part in my age, just himself. Alice in response to you. Oh, scandal. I would like to go on a hike with someone. Let's raid one more time. One more time for this episode. Question is, where? Tyranny war against them? No, you are the traitor. I'm not gonna get involved into this. I'm not gonna get involved in this madhouse. I see these guys down there. Whoa. Dangerous, but do it. Head to there. That's got a good amount of gold. Maybe we'll raid Desmond again. Associate guild officers is necessary. Three months. This may raise their army over here and it's gonna try to come here and kill us all. Not yet. But one day. Though we gotta catch them unawares. As I was studying some administrative matters, I was informed that Proki was giving my way. Upon amends in my presence, he proceeded in my own favor, so I cannot forget. He wants to be promoted, increasing his prestige, reducing my own fame. Fine by me, the old Carlian friend. Here you go. You are a notable individual. Well, as harsh as death sentence of a low thief. That's what he thought. His thought sentence far too harsh for such a small crime. This is a lesson in moderation of all things. You say you might be one for intrigue? The other could be for diplomacy. Vidalist Reformation. Those Baltic pagans. Keep it. There you go, we got the big loot. One second. No, they're largely prepared. Yeah. How about we raid the islands again? Starting with Orkney. We're gonna go island hopping. And we'll return home. And end the episode. I'm gonna save my money for the construction of the farms and fields here. Hey, good. Exposed. A 4 gold. Are they in conflict with someone? Oh, Dad, blame it. They're actually besieging an area. Go over there, since they're out this way. Ordered children to court to taking a stick of a horse of a young girl thrown in a nearby cave. My son was there, saw it all happen. He ran into the cave, but didn't come up for almost half an hour. But we didn't retreat, told him much to annoy him. Very brave, but perhaps so foolish. Yeah, be like me. Oh crap, it's occupied. Okay, head this way. Well, not as valuable, but it'll do. About to get city planning soon. 6 months. 5 months. Today, during a private lunch with my spouse, I felt an eerie sensation when someone stressed that William is not fit to rule. Really? Went on about a long list of shortcomings she finds in my own attempt to persuade me to sound reason. And odds of my decision can have important consequences in the future. My spouse will not be least happy with the refusal. Must make my proposals. No, don't do it. Just say, I rule here, damn it! So that's gonna hurt my skills big time. The quarantine or not? Over here, a scholar and a merchant debate the merits of quarantines during plagues. Scholars say that the wise men and physicians have always advised that those with contagious disease must be kept away from the healthy. The merchant says isolating communities will destroy trade opportunities and render the settlements impotent and weak. What do I think? Since I got stressed, I said, honestly, I could care less about this debate. Historical context. Contrary to pop history, depictions of medieval people were stupid. Educated scholars, physicians, and leaders of the time used a variety of methods to combat pandemics, including quarantines. Quarantine comes from the Venetian word quarantena, meaning 40 days, as the Republic of Venice enforced a 40-day isolation of any arriving ships or people during the Black Plague. Speaking of Venice, raid that in the next episode. Now get out. Turn home. Isn't there a Dynasty Legacy where later on they increased the raid speed? No, the Daily Siege unlocks Terrorize. More like the prison characters. That'd be good to have. Upgrading it would be nice. Maybe it'll increase the trade power. We don't have what it takes. That you do. Scheme secrecy. You haven't made any improvements in my mace. It ain't what it used to be. I'm getting older and older. I'm keeping this for once, okay? Because money's about to be spent. spinning out farms and fields. It's like, yeah, we don't have any military buildings other than this one. And we'll be sure to upgrade those in future. So let's just hope that development and other things will take its course. So, more of the same in the next episode. Occasional raids, and then I'm gonna have to go on a hike. Because while my health is still good, I would like for it to remain good by getting rid of this. So, son, we're gonna get ready to travel. Because you and I are gonna go on a hike in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.